All right, we right here, man. Man, y'all, hey, Sosa, you're a funny guy, bro. Y'all was on the Memorial Day joint. All right, we right here, man. Hold on, let me man, y'all, hey, Sosa, you're a funny guy, bro. Y'all was on the Memorial Day joint. Oh, man. All right, we right here. All right, y'all funny for that, yo. Y'all went a whole hour on Memorial Day, yo. I had no idea that Memorial Day was started by black people, yo. Is that true, Gullah?
That's amazing.
Yo, sure that ain't a pseudo claim, yo. Peace, man. I see you in there. Black Sun 403, man. I'm the expert. I'm not an expert, man. What's up, bro? First one in there, man. Jimmy G. Free the mind. We got a good one today. We got a good one. Hey, Chilembe, is you sure that's not a pseudo claim that black people invented Memorial's Day or the first to celebrate that, yo? Is you sure?
No, that's peace everyone. That's well documented.
Oh, wow. Man, that's the first time I ever heard that, yo. You got me with that one, bro. Yeah, you got me on that one. That was crazy.
Got that early.
Wow. And you know what? That fits right in with the show we got today, right? We got the Franck Zanu. Am I saying his name right? He don't even deserve to get his name said right. Zanu.
Yeah.
Franck Zanu and the Misinformation. So we got that reaction to the Foolery. African Americans don't have a culture, yo. Man, I found that to be very, very interesting, man. We don't got a culture, huh? That's that man. That's got to be beyond the pale right there. After all we went through, so we're gonna start off like this, though. Hold on, let me get that right. Let me get that right. Man, y'all know what it is, man. They say African Americans don't got no culture. Look, man, rock and roll, country music, being a cowboy, hip hop, fried chicken, fighting for high level education. Man, we can go on and on and on. A culture of rebellion against oppression. Most people don't even know that the Civil War was a war of rebellion for the African American. I say again, the Civil War to the Africans in the North and in the damn South was a war of rebellion and liberation up out of damn slavery. Anybody challenge me on that? I think not, man. Welcome to the show, man. The Community Skeptics, man. I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. You know what, man? We're going to get right into this, man, because this is a good one right here, yo. Well, I swear to goodness, I can't believe he opened his mouth to say such a thing like that, yo. Man, so look, man, I got the crew on tonight, man. Hey, Chilembe, what's good, man? What it do? What it do, brother? How you doing, man? Good to have you.
I'm good, peace, bro. Peace to everyone on the panel.
Quickness. Simbe. Hey, where you at, Gullah Geechee, man, with all the culture? What's good, bro?
What's good?
Hey, man, you know how we doing it. We doing our thing. Joel
I'm hearing
Armstrong, man. Huh?
I'm hearing the echo.
You in the echo?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
I'm running the
All right, hold on. Let me see if I can get the echo out. Let me see. I think I can get the echo out. All right, that should have did it. How that sound? The echo gone, ain't it?
Yeah, it's gone.
Got you.
Yeah,
Joe,
yeah.
what's going on, man? What it do, brother?
Man, go ahead and crank it up. You know I'm all in my feelings. I ain't even gonna say I don't want to crash out, man.
You gonna crash out. And last but not least, King Sosa. Yeah, Joel already crashed out. King Sosa, what's good, brother? What it do, man?
Yeah, man. What's good, man? Good little exciting show, man. Get everybody jacked up, man. Frank Zanu get you. Frank Zanu give you that warrior spirit. Like if Frank Zanu don't make you want to fight for your people, shit, you ain't gonna never fight for your people. Bro.
Yeah, yo,
Wow.
he make you want to say, yo, that really, yo? Man.
Yeah.
So let me hit that first super chat, man. Hey, look, African Americans have no culture. What fool would fix their mouth to spew such ignorance? Yeah, let's get right into the clip, man. This fool right here, man. The wild guy, man. Can't believe he said that, man. He just said it too. Rolled off his daggone tongue, yo. It does. So we're gonna go right here, man. He on there with the sister. And first of all, I'm trying to figure out, like, I ain't trying to talk crazy about Africans that come directly from the continent. I don't want to do that. But I don't think a continental African should be up against foolery like this. Not unless they seriously understand the ramifications from their answers and understand African American culture, then they could defend it. That's like a person, an African American, trying to defend continental African culture and don't understand it and look crazy trying to defend it. I don't think that should happen. So we're gonna go right to this, man. Here you go. We can start right here, man. This gonna get y'all fired up, man. And let's see what you guys say.
Become a slave again because you have no foundation. See, African Americans asked for civil rights, but they didn't have a foundation on which it can germinate. See, things you ask, especially.
What do you mean it didn't have a foundation for it?
They have no culture, they have no language, they have no history, they have no ethnicity, they have nothing.
And we're gonna stop right there, yo. Okay. He opened up with, we did what? Civil rights and didn't know how to act. What'd he say? Let me go back there one more time.
Don't got nothing.
Hold on, man. He just took everything. Really, Frankie? Why Frankie sitting up there crossing his legs like he from France somewhere? Frankie, you're a funny guy. Funny guy, Frankie. I see you got your Oxford shirt on. I see. Have you lost your culture? See, we can play them games. See? Let's go.
Again, because you have no foundation. See, African Americans asked for civil rights, but they didn't have a foundation on which it can germinate. See, things you ask, especially.
What do you mean it didn't have a foundation for it?
They have no culture, they have no language, they have no history, they have no ethnicity, they have nothing.
Okay. All right, man. Who want to answer that first? Joel. You want to start with you, Joel? Because I know you got.
You sure you want to start off with me? Man, this guy's tripping. All right. So first of all, one of the parts of our culture is strong family ties, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and another part of our culture is that because we come out of struggle, we do have a lot of affinity for working with a lot of other groups and trying to join together as one, like Pan-Africanists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like those kind of things are rooted in our culture and our mores, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's him opening up and saying us fighting for civil rights is part of our culture. That's what we do. We didn't get up and flee and try to go to another landmass. We stood right here and said, nah, y'all, you're going to give us what you owe us. So I disagree with him off the break. All right, I'm going to stop right there.
Okay, Chilembe. Man, what say you, man, to Mr. Frankie?
I think that his definitions of what culture is incorrect. How he frames what culture is incorrect, and that what he anticipates and expects just isn't what African Americans are.
Hmm. Hmm.
Right. So one of the issues that I find very common within the global market or the global populations is African American culture is almost always presented as American culture.
Mhm.
So you look at things like R&B and rock and roll and all like that. Or I tell you the best example that you could use is gospel music. You look at Walter Hawkins, the Hawkins family and the Love Fellowship Choir. And then you go look at them and then look at South Korea singing their songs, copying their facial expressions more ways and the way they pronounce the words, the imitation you see. You go to Japan, you see those same things being imitated. Um, and so to say that is fundamentally wrong. That's all I'm gonna say right now.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm with you with that. I'm definitely with you with that. Where you at, Sosa? What say you to your man, Frankie? That's another African American thing to mess your name up on purpose. Frankie Zanu. Frankie boy. So that's African American culture. See? See how I did that? With flavor. What's up, Sosa?
Yeah. I think, like I said, I think the framing is a little is off. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely have culture, right? And then I think we're gonna get into how he's trying to frame it, and if we agree with his stands on how he frames what culture is, right? Because he's saying we ask for civil rights, but we ain't got no foundation. His argument is that because different communities have different, like, since we're not a monolith, we don't have a culture.
Oh,
but I agree that our culture is contained within those different variations. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, we have multiple variations that exist within the culture based on our unique situation. You know what I'm saying? But,
Craziness.
He's
That's like saying nobody in America has a culture at that point.
Yeah, nobody in the world. What's up, Gullah?
What's good? Yeah, that's crazy anyway. Because even culture,
Gullah,
what's good with it?
He's so black, he blended into the background. See, that's African American culture. We crack jokes.
Oh yeah.
Joe,
He's so black that his glasses match his face, the side part. See, that's American culture.
Yeah, and that's an element we got from Africa.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The dozens, you know what I'm saying? Even Joan and all that was part of the Malayan Constitution. You know what I'm saying? That dude up here got a head like a milk dud, you know?
He say Frankie got the brown milk duds.
Like a raisinette. You like the raisinette up there.
It does look like a milk dud, though.
They say you got milk dud here, yo.
Yeah, he got the raisinettes, yo.
Wow. Well, let's look up the definition for it. Culture. Got it right here. Let me switch to this right here. Culture. All right. Is a concept that encompasses the social behavior, institutions, and norms found in human societies. All right. So we know we have certain social behaviors, right? That's based off being in America under oppression and fighting colonialism. Yep. We know we have institutions created by Black people. Hell, we might not like it, but one of the oldest institutions is the Black church. Okay, we go into that. All right. And norms found in human societies, as well as the knowledge, beliefs, arts, laws, customs. So you saying we don't have custom and traditions, we don't have capabilities, we don't have attitudes, we don't have knowledge, we don't have beliefs. African Americans got beliefs. I tell you what, when I was in the street, yo, when you walk down the street, don't split the pole, yo. Don't split the pole. That's one of our beliefs. We have art. I went to the Baltimore School for the Arts. Okay, I love the banner of, you know, in America, right? But within our culture, we got certain things and customs. We got customs, traditions, attitudes, right? We got certain habits of individuals in these groups. It's a culture often originates from or is attributed to specific regions or locations. We know what the region is. Know what the location is in America. African American culture formed in America, and it started before the transcontinental slave trade. It started as they gathered us all up and put us on those boats.
The Black Atlantic.
And Atlantic. And you know what? Those that run from that are those that will run from their history and will always mess it up and get it confused. So we don't do no running from our culture around here, yo. Because I'm definitely Black and I'm proud, right? I understand the ethnogenesis that occurred in America, and I ain't trying to flim-flam nobody. So let's go to the next portion of the clip. Let's see. Mr. Frankie. Said that man. Crazy.
Yes, they did. They came here with their culture. They came
Who is
here.
they?
The different African tribes.
Different African tribes. So whose culture is going to be the main culture?
Right.
So with time, it becomes...
Okay. That's a mistake right there. Whose culture is going to be the main culture? You want to add something to that, Sosa? Who culture going to be the main culture? You heard him. Different tribes came together. So who culture going to be the main culture?
Yeah, I think that's what his conflict comes in that. He's arguing that since we're not a monolith, we wasn't all just one, therefore we, like, as if we can't recreate, like as if culture is stagnant, as if culture can't be recreated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you can take culture on a road and shape it and shift and shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And be shape shifted wherever you take it. You know what I'm saying? Because wherever you go, you're gonna take that culture with you. You feel me? Like wherever I go, I'm gonna take my mama's cooking with me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And some of my superstitions with me, and I'm gonna pass it to my children, so forth, so on. So he's treating culture as if it once it's gone, he cannot. Once pieces of it's gone, that everything all is lost. So I think that's
he was.
Hold on. We're going to go in order. Sit them back. Calling once, chilling back. Calling twice. Go ahead, go. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think he again, I just think he doesn't know what he's really saying, and I think it's in part ignorance on history, right? That he's ignorant of the history of what actually occurred and what happened, and then how cultures form, right? So when we talked about it earlier, I brought about the French. I'm fascinated by the French because the history and the amalgamation that took place, that what we call today French culture developed from, right? And how during the French Revolution, that's going to come out in conflict, and then how they resolve that conflict. I don't think anybody would say that means they're not French, that the French don't have a culture. I think that's just based in the ignorance of history. So yes, there were many different ethnic groups that were transported during the transatlantic slave trade. But in that shaped a new type of ethnic group. I'm going to go get something.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you just to read the very first part of it. It's from one of the free African societies that were created. I want you to hear how they frame who African Americans are. And I think that'll help explain some of the misdirection. Give me a second.
All right. Okay. So who was next there? That was Gullah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, even you know what I'm saying, even if you just take away the, you know what I'm saying, the slavery part, you know what I'm saying, you have Africans in Africa that form together from different various cultures to form one culture. Like, his whole premise only makes sense.
I find it very interesting that he does not recognize or understand the term ethnogenesis. And if you understand the term ethnogenesis, and this is where the fight begins with the FBA. They don't understand what ethnogenesis is. It's in the word, right? The beginning, Genesis, the beginning of an ethnic group. So he's not even recognizing that there's a beginning to an ethnic group that started with different African tribes, right? And the Europeans did this on purpose because if you mix the tribes up, then they can't communicate with each other. I'm gonna say this again, if you mix the tribes up, they can't communicate. You could have did that. You could have been in Asia and did that to Asian populations. Last time I checked, India is on the continent of Asia. Korean, Chinese, Japanese, they all and they don't speak the same daggone thing, all of them. So you could mix them up and they couldn't communicate. This was part of the strategy. This is part of ethnogenesis. And we mix with Europeans and we mix with some Native Americans. This is the foundation of who and what we are. This is the coming together of African American culture. And it occurred, right? The coming together of it. It crystallizes in America. So we never had to have which culture going to do nothing, Mr. Frankie. Never needed that. You tripping right now. You're trying to sound educated on a subject you do not understand. And see, and then people get mad when people that follow the FBA be on their heads for this. But that's just one person. We ain't gonna mix it up. Okay. Let us continue with old Frankie here. Frankie's a funny guy.
Hold up, before you continue.
Go ahead. You ain't get your shot? My fault? Go ahead.
No. So Jill said something that was very important.
Go ahead.
He don't know history.
Oh no.
Anybody who studied our history, when we hit this landmass, they're gonna be able to speak about cuisine. Like you said, they're gonna be able to speak about the church, because we broke away African Methodist Episcopal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Broke away African, right? They're gonna know about how we started switching up how we dress, hairstyles, little slick stuff we do with the language, right? All that our inventions, like all so many things that we contributed to this country, you know, being able to gain a foothold from a technical standpoint, you know, technology, right? Like people who know the history gonna understand all these things. They're gonna know it.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically just don't know the history. That's basically what we hear. That's all I want to say.
That's on purpose. Shalembe, what you want me to read?
If you would go down to the preamble and the articles.
The preamble.
Yes, scroll down a little
Preamble.
bit more.
I got a preambles and the articles associated. Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all can see that?
Yeah, if you go to the next section, they're going to break down some things. I think it's very important for us to understand what they're describing in these things. You can either read the first sentence in there where they talk about, that one right there. We the free
Africans and their descendants of the city of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania or elsewhere do unanimously agree for the benefit of each other to advance one
shilling.
The hell is a shilling? Money in silver, Pennsylvania currency, right? And what's that? Month and after 1 year's subscription from the date herein, then to hand forth to the needy of this society, if any should require the sum of 3 shillings and 9 pence per week of the said money, provided this necessity is not brought on them by their own imprudence. Go ahead.
So this is our genesis. This is what we became, right? So you have Africans coming in here, most of them enslaved, A few may have been free, some freed afterwards, and they begin to coalesce and form based on that identity. That's what they started doing. So yes, you may have had Yoruba, Igbo, people from the Congo coming over, but they begin to develop their own ideologies and methods of who they are to function in America. That's what happened. So I don't have to know my language from Africa because we became a new ethnic group.
Man, let me read this from Kyle, man. He say, dude is a I don't know what you're saying, comms major with no formal anthropological training. According to his own LinkedIn.
Communication major.
That's what it is. Okay, communication major. LinkedIn bio, it say, why do people take these clowns serious? Because he got a mic in front of his face. Yeah, we don't take him serious. We can't believe he making all the mistakes he making, yo. At this point, man, I'm gonna play the clip, man. Let y'all jump in where y'all want to jump in, yo. I just wanted to kind of ease this.
But you might not remember this, but Kai Cenat, this is not like uncommon rhetoric, right? From right where they may say, quote unquote, non-ADOS people, right? Because Kai Cenat said the same thing live on stream.
Did he?
Yeah, some years ago. African Americans ain't got no culture, like bold as a day.
Wow.
Like Kai Cenat now, streamer using New York hip hop slang, interviewing rappers, and he still said African Americans ain't got no culture. You know what I'm saying? Let me find a quote. Go ahead.
All right.
That's crazy. But he practiced African American culture. He Haitian and Trinidadian.
Yeah, Kai Cenat got stopped there, yo. He got relaxed. He relaxed there, don't he? All right, let's get into it.
Ebonics. Nobody has anything. They are now going to be the main culture.
Right.
So with time, it become Ebonics. Nobody has anything. They are now still using 2 English names. They are now having only Christianity as their religion. They can remember their history, culture, traditions, customs. So you have no foundation, is what I'm trying to say. African Americans in this country are the only groups. They have no culture. It depends on who you meet, where you meet them.
That's a mistake. We say we got no religion. He say we lost our language.
Yeah.
But that's slavery.
Then he said we got 2
he
English
faulting
names.
us for it.
He said we got 2.
Go ahead.
He said we got 2 English names. Most African Americans got 3 names. We got a first name, middle name, and last name. Usually the middle name and the first name is unique, sometimes Africanized.
Man, yo, you know, that's interesting that he doesn't understand colonialism and slavery. That's slavery. You lose all that in slavery, right? And based off of losing all that, you start to form a new ethnic group, right? Our memories have faded into the past. Thus a need for a culture in America. It's no more different than when bands of humans left out of Africa. Certain things they took with them. But as they hit the new horizons, ran into Homo Neanderthal, Homo Denisovans, whatever, they formulated a new culture based off of their experiences. So that will be true for all peoples. Culture is not stagnant and is very, very fluid. Somebody jump in.
All I know, I heard him say he faulting us for the kidnapping. How's it my fault that I got kidnapped? Come on, man.
Yo, hello.
Hello, who is this?
It's Rem Reese.
What's on, Rem Reese?
What's good? Yeah.
What say you, Rem Reese?
Have you seen these other videos?
Okay, go ahead. Now I won't deal with this one.
Every time he makes a new video, he contradicts himself. Every time he makes a new video, this guy is so dumb. Like what? I think the problem is not him. The problem is the people he's speaking to. The people he's speaking to, they should easily be able to just shut him down. The only person I've seen shut him down is he went on a show and with this woman, and she brought a college professor, and he just quickly just broke him down in like 2 minutes. And he was just looking at the screen, he had nothing to say. but like this is like basics. It's basic stuff. Like, for example, see when he says African Americans have no culture, he said Jamaicans have no culture. He said Haitians have no culture. He said Nigerians have no culture. He basically said all the black people, black countries have no culture. Yeah, but then he's like, first of all, he tried to change the definition of culture. He said, oh yeah, African Americans they have music, they have food, they have this, they have that, but that's not culture. Culture is only culture if you have a worldview.
Man,
like, how can you change the definition of culture just to suit your agenda?
But we do have a worldview, though. Sosa, where you at?
No, I said that's the issue, though. Like I said, I did play the lady. He went on. The lady you're talking about is Karen Hunter. Yeah, right. And you know, that's the problem with his show. And then you see this with other people too. That the people that have punching back is so weak, they can't even put up a good fight. Like he brings people on that he can easily just pummel. You know what I mean? So it makes his point look so strong because they can't answer the question. And he hits you with the rapid fire deal. What they got? Name two. Name three. What they got to do with them? Name two. You know what I'm saying? So you're like, hold on, man. You know what I'm saying? All right, never mind. Name two. You know what I'm saying? When he hit you with that rapid fire, you become befuddled. You know what I'm saying? You can't get it wherever, and now you discombobulated. He got you. So it looked like he rocking. But he was, But so when he came across dude who was intelligent and more educated on the subject, he really fell back, and he didn't really say too much because he didn't want to be put in a position. You know what I'm saying? When it was just Karen Hunter, he was kind of bossing up on it. And then she was like, you know what? That's why. You know what? I brought a professor, and then when she put him on, he took that shit. He dialed back a little bit. He came all the way back.
Man, he realized the doom was there. Anybody else? Anybody else?
There you go, Brandon.
Joe. You didn't got no culture. Yeah.
Hey, look, he had me going. That's why I just wilded out on him. I just went straight at him.
Yeah, you wilded out on my culture.
Dude, he making that old fake argument. Look, man. It's very, like I said, there's very few people, very few countries on this planet where you have all the people that have the same language and they all fall in line, you know, to the same practices, where there's not like a couple of ethnicities within that country. That's rare. That's rare. So I mean, based on his premises, there's no culture almost anywhere. It just doesn't make any sense to me.
Even if you wanted to say African Americans was part of a superculture, you still have to have a culture to come into a superculture. You know what I'm saying? And in that superculture, which is America, right? You're gonna get on the same page at times, right? You know, with other cultures, right? And so we know America is a hodgepodge of different cultures. Nobody ever says what that guy is saying. Like, you bugged out. Right? The culture is music, is song and dance, are all shared identities. We're ethnic group. A Ghanaian can't be an African American. A Nigerian can't be an African American. Not the first generation, not the second generation, not the third generation. Right? They're not part of the ethnogenesis. That's not even up for debate. So it's obvious that we have a culture, because culture does what? And culture produces music. You know what I'm saying? That's one part. So if you just want to say we don't got no culture, what about the music? We can just deal with the music element. How many genres of music have we produced?
Yeah, even I would say even if a Ghanaian came in and mixed with African American, that child to be a mixture of two different cultures. It'd be multicultural. You know
yeah, boy, he was great. About to say something.
Oh yeah, what's up? This is Kyle, man. Peace to everybody.
Man, listen, man, my fault, man. brother. Peace to you, guys. Yeah.
What's happening? What's happening, man?
Talk to us, man.
All right, so I'm gonna try to give you the micro version of how dumb this guy is. I literally cannot stand this dude, bro. But okay, so like let's go point for point. So the first thing that he made was the mistake of saying that we don't have a worldview, which was totally incorrect. To sum up, the African American worldview is based off one word, and that's perseverance. To the extent that we even have a God or a deity or a concept that was deified here in the Americas called John Canur. Everybody can fact check this on your own. This is the deity of perseverance. You see this celebrated in the Carolinas, in the deep South, like Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia, Florida, Jamaica, Bahamas. Like this is a key element of our culture, right? Now, culture is like anything else, like a mold. It's like a lump of clay. It's what you do with that lump of clay and how you mold it into something bigger and better. That's how you define a person's culture. Like, for instance, let's go to Europe for a second. All of these different European countries, like Scandinavian countries and stuff like that, they have a similar language, but these languages just broke off into their own personal dialects. This is the exact same thing that African Americans do with AAVE, which is African American Vernacular English, and which was previously called Ebonics. We have a language that's so distinct and so indistinguishable that we could literally be from a different area in this country. You could be from Baltimore and speak a different version of AAVE than somebody else, but a person that is not inside of that culture cannot even understand what you're saying. Thirdly, we have food that we even brought over from Africa that's integrated deeply in the society of the Americas to the point where our cuisine is the Southern cuisine now. We, like you were saying, we have music, we have rock, pop, hip hop, country, rap, all these different genres of music, and the dances all follow those forms of expression. You know what I'm saying? So we can go point for point with this shit. And education, we have HBCUs. You know what I'm saying? We have we literally built a culture off of the clay, which was the American system. We brought together all these different ethnic groups and people, and we formed our own culture here. And even within our culture, we have subcultures of the Black American experience here. So, like, everything he said was totally incorrect. Like, the guy's complete pseudo, no formal training whatsoever in any of these things. And whenever he faces, like y'all was talking about, anybody who's intellectually astute in any of those areas, he sits back and then gets back on another show and repeats those same dumbass talking points. That's how you know he's a plant or he's just a self-hating individual. And I land my plane there.
Whoa. Anybody else before I play the next clip? Okay. Frankie.
But currently there's not an African American culture?
No.
Yes, there is.
What is it? Name two value systems in the African American culture.
What do you say? Name two what? Values?
Two value systems in African American culture.
Go to school. That's the first thing your mother tell you. Go to school, stay out of trouble, man.
Yeah, stop telling, don't tell.
That's another one. No snitching.
No snitching.
Respect your parents.
Yeah.
Don't cuss in front of your parents.
Go to church. Go to church. You know.
Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
Yes, ma'am. No, sir.
Right. Hey, look, listen. I can't remember I don't think I've ever heard my daughter say my name. I swear.
Yeah, that's
I
another.
have never heard my daughter say my name. That girl is 35 years old. She ain't said my name yet.
Yeah, you know what?
Daddy. Hey, Daddy. That's what I get.
That's a good one. I want to say this.
So,
in a lot of European households, you hear people say their name, their first name. I'm not saying it don't occur in that, but I'm saying for the most part, generally speaking, you better not call don't do it. Right?
Yeah.
It's a moray. It's a moray of ours. You don't even have to speak. That was never taught. It's just the moray. It's just what we do. It's just passed down without being even spoken about.
Hold on, I got one for you. How about the kids acting super crazy in the stores? Man, you better not act up like that, bro.
Oh yeah, yo, you get the speech. You get the speech before you even go into stuff.
Yeah, don't touch shit. Don't ask for shit.
It's so out of place when you see a black kid doing it. You be like, that's a wild kid. You feel me?
Yeah.
Man, for
Hey,
that
can I?
issue. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say something real quick. I would say, you know, it's even a group. You know, I mentioned it earlier, but it's even a group of African Americans. It's now considered a subgroup of African Americans that live in Dominican Republic since 1825, called the Semana Americanos, and they brought African American culture. They still practice to this day. They even the variety of English that they speak is African American vernacular. You know what I'm saying? They brought they customs, they churches, you know what I'm saying? They even brought like Methodist and Baptist churches down there, because they was invited down there from John Pierre Boyer when he was the president of Haiti, and he ruled all of Hispaniola at that time. And he invited, you know, free blacks, you know what I'm saying, or people that was, you know what I'm saying, welcome to freedom to Haiti at the time period. You know what I'm saying? They stamped their African American culture even to this day. You know what I'm saying? Even though like today they even they might, you know, they integrated with Spanish, you know, speaking Spanish, but their main, you know what I'm saying, language is the African American vernacular, you know what I'm saying, and African American culture and custom.
I'm trying to read something. Hey, Chilembe, you put this in there for me. The Black Nationalist Manifesto of 1854. What you want us to do with this?
I think it's man, that joint's so small I can't even see that
I
joint.
can read it. I can see it. I already proofread it. I can have it. It's saying 1854.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. You see where it say in the 1, 2, 3, fourth paragraph it
Yeah,
starts with
I ain't read that already. Now you're gonna make me stumble through the shit. Where
all
you at?
right, all right, all
I
right, all right. All right,
one,
hold
two,
on, let me
three, the
see.
third one, but have fully discovered that right there, or
The
our
next
friends,
one.
our friends, our friends in this and other countries, anxious for our evaluation, have for years
Elevation.
and erroneously. Somebody got mute out, fella.
I can see him, He's
Yep.
little. Let's see.
No, has erroneously urging us. Somebody got to mute out though.
That might be me. Hold on, let me mute out.
All right, mute out. I can read it. Have been erroneously urging us to lose our identity as a distinct race, declaring that we were the same as other people, while at the very same time their own representatives was traversing the world and propagating the doctrine in favor of universal Anglo-Saxon predominance. The truth is, we are not identical with the Anglo-Saxon or any other race of Caucasians or pure white type of the human family. And the sooner we know and acknowledge this truth, the better ourselves and prosperity. We have then inherent traits, attributes, so to speak, and native characteristics peculiar to our race, whether pure or mixed blood, and all that is required of us is to cultivate these and develop them in their purity, to make them desirable and emasculated by the rest of the world. Immaculated. Am I saying it right?
Emulated. Yeah, emulated.
My fault. My fault. See, emulated. If I could have read through it first, I would have made them. But okay, but that's what that is right there. Okay. So you wanted me to read this? I hear that.
Yeah,
What you say about that?
that's Martin Delaney, right?
Mm-hmm.
1854,
Okay.
in one of the conventions, telling you, I said it before, this idea that they come in with, both Frank, the what is it, the Tariq and his clan of pseudos. None of that stuff is new. We've been saying that. Now, Martin Delaney is considered either the father of black nationalism or the father of Pan African, depending on who you're talking to. And
Okay.
I'm telling you, they've always said that.
Yeah, yeah, even
I
more
don't know
than
where they got this idea from. I don't know where they got it. In 1854, he said we got a culture. It's native to here. We not like them other folks that's over here. I don't care how they try to promote it and say we not. We got our own distinctions, the way we do things, and if we master these things, it can be exported to other people around the world. And I gave an example when I first got on here that's exactly what we did.
yeah, yeah,
That's
even
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
And so I don't know what these people talking about. All of them pseudo.
Even Martin Delaney was one of the first people to even stamp down that we African American before Jesse Jackson, like way back then. You know what I'm saying? And then too, like that group that I was saying earlier, you know what I'm saying? That's proof that group is a testament that African Americans was already a founding culture or ethnic group even before the Civil War. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to say too, like I think it's part of the issue with African American culture is that, and how people tend to overlook it is because it's so popularized that it's just taken into being like American culture. Like for the longest time, probably recently this year, to the end of this year, is like the predominant music form has been rap. Like the number one selling, you know what I'm saying? The artist, whether it's Beyonce or the number one, the top people, you know what I'm saying? If it's football, athletics, it's an African, you know what I'm saying? So everything, right? Whether it's R&B music and you see like K-pop in Korea and other these people branching off of it, it's our shit is mainstream. So it's not looked upon as African culture, even though, you know, it is. So, you know, all that stuff gets overlooked. So that's why you can have Kai Cenat saying Black Americans don't have no culture. Meanwhile, he's fully engaged in the culture. He thinks he's doing it as an American, but from an American, but yeah, he's in the middle.
How about that?
Talking like us, acting like us, you know what I'm saying, emulating us the whole nine. So, yeah.
Man, yo. What would Kai Cenat say that though?
That's what he believed. I was like, I can't get in his head, but for some reason he couldn't look at it and identify it.
Yeah, I think did Duke check him or something? Was he with Duke Dennis when he said that?
Probably so. I think he's African American. He couldn't see it.
Duke Dennis checked him
because he couldn't see it. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yeah. He was like,
or he didn't want to see it. Which was it? He couldn't see it, or he didn't want to see it.
I want to say he's young, so like he was early 20s at the time. So I want to say he's young. So
yeah, he probably couldn't see it because he a young New Yorker, but his parents were his mom is an Afro Trinidadian and his dad is an Afro Haitian, so he probably didn't see it.
They was having conversations in their house, yo. That's what they do. They talk that nonsense at times, bro. I'm just gonna call it what it is, yo. They ain't got no culture. Stay away from them. I'm telling you how I go down from time to time. That's not speaking in that.
Exactly. And
they just don't know the history.
And sometimes they don't tie the link in as like immigration to come here. They don't tie that back to the civil rights movement and how all that allowed for that transition and for it to be peaceful and to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, so we don't really get that credit. Like, man, the reason I'm able to come in and live like this is because, you know, so-and-so died back, and they don't see it like that. They just come in like, hey, y'all fumbling the bag, bro. Like, I don't know how to explain it, you know? So that's the conundrum we're in, you feel me? So,
man. Yeah. All right, let me see. Let's keep going, Frankie. Frankie a funny guy, yo.
Value system?
Name 2 taboos in the African American culture system.
You don't sleep with your damn sister.
You crazy that.
That's a taboo. Atheists don't not believe in God. That's a taboo. Am I wrong? Is that not a taboo that you don't believe in God, or am I tripping?
Taboo. Oh, yeah. That's definitely.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it. You just got to be quiet about it.
The taboo is, to be an atheist is taboo. That's what you mean. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Good. Y'all want to add something? He say name to me, and he's serious about that, yo, with the raisin head. You can't eat. You tripping.
Yeah, not.
We just named about 6 things, didn't we?
Yeah, not allowing an elder to sit down, or like elder to take a seat, or a woman to take. That's kind of a taboo. You know what I'm saying? African Americans.
Hey, you gotta get up. You get an old person coming in the room. You gotta get up, yo. Gotta get up. All right. He got that look on his face too. Let me see.
Name 2 traditions, by the way, in the African American culture system. Okay, forget it. Name 2 customs in the African American culture. Look, I'm being serious.
No, but I mean, I'm thinking about it.
Yes, there is no value for freedom if you don't understand what it is.
What?
What?
There's no value Man, so he trying what? What? No, vet. We do got vet. Man, I said we fought in the Civil War for our freedom.
Every war.
And we not only, but I want to give a war that's specific to our liberation. The Revolutionary War, the first person that died in the Revolutionary War was who, y'all? What's his name? Can't even think of his name.
Addicts. Crispus
Addicts. Ladies and gentlemen who don't know your American history, the first person to die in the Revolutionary War was a black person.
Okay. We was using that war for freedom too,
though. Did it right. You said I did it right. Name two colors in the crayon box. All right, forget about it. What's the number 3 order at McDonald's? All right, forget about it. You don't got that. You know what I'm saying? It's like
he had about 3 different things.
What's your favorite sandwich at McDonald's? Go. Then you like, oh shit.
Even during the war of independence, African Americans' main focus was liberty. Like that was our main thing, was liberty, peace, and liberty.
Yeah, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Come on, man. I keep going back to the Civil War, man. In the North and the South, we understood that war was a war of liberation for our freedom, yo. Now, I'm not saying they teach it like that in school, but that's exactly what the Civil War meant to African Americans, yo. It meant just that. We was fighting for our freedom. So if you try to say we didn't fight, we fought in the Civil War for our damn freedom. Let your kids know that. Let them know that the Civil War, don't want to hear the pseudo shit, but the Civil War for African Americans was a war to liberate them to their freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no in between.
People just don't know the history, man. I think it's very important that if one thing we take away from this live tonight, everybody should go learn these parts of our history. Nobody like this guy should be able to get this off on you.
They shouldn't be able to get that off. And we got the special guest, Dr. Asar Winkler in the chat, man. Big up to the Dr. Asar Winkler, man. I hope you're feeling better today, bro.
Yeah, and this is like too, like African Americans as the whole diaspora, we've been fighting since we've been over in the Western Hemisphere. And when we stop fighting, so the Africans didn't stop fighting in the United States. Like you've been a fight, the continuation of the fight. You know what I'm saying?
They didn't have to let us, they didn't have to let us out. We fought for our freedom.
Yeah.
White people. It's the craziest thing ever. I'm gonna say this very simple. We was never waiting for anybody to liberate us. Okay, not even without civil rights. White people joined the fight. White people joined the Underground Railroad. We was going, right? And we never was going for the nonsense. We was always fighting and struggling. Right now, we still fight and struggle. We just got this thing called the internet that has thrown confusion amongst us, but not only black people, amongst any daggone people to sit here and watch this damn internet and don't got scientific literacy to filter out the bull crap. We seen it happen. We seen people attack the damn Capitol based off of a pseudoscientific president. Crazy as I don't know what. Let us continue.
The concept of free. You have to have a foundation on which it would balance when you ask for it. Civil rights, they give it to you. You have no culture. Nancy, you've been here, born here. Why would you be surprised if I say African Americans don't have a culture? For twerking?
For twerking, the twerking come from Africa. I'm gonna get at the Africa. What y'all doing? Hold on, man. I'm gonna get the twerking in Africa. It definitely comes from Africa.
That was the ultimate slap in the face right there.
Now I gotta get at the African dance. Twerking is African dance, straight from Africa. That's one thing we pulled out of Africa. Let me stop, yo. That man, wild with that.
But I'll tell you what, when you talk about dance, yeah, hey man, we developed some really good dances here, man. From our people, we did. All right.
Hey, look. When we talking like Uncle talk about vaccines, so if it weren't for African American, the vaccine wouldn't be revolutionized the way it is today. If it wasn't for African American,
Ain't that crazy that we had a culture of medical, right? I would call it the high medical science of the day. Think about that, yo. We had a culture of healing, yo. We brought that with us.
What about farming? Wasn't they in trouble before a certain individual figured out how to get the ground to act right? All their crops was dying. Who was that?
They ain't even know really what they're growing until they looked in the plantation like, what the hell they growing down there? Cotton,
Okay.
rice. We brought our seeds with us. People don't even know we brought our seeds with us. I was astounded when I talked to people who didn't know we brought seeds with us. And started agriculture on the plant like we did. We was doing that. We ain't wait. I ain't gonna eat. Man, with the cuisine, the chillings, that's the soul food. Is African American cuisine. To take the hog heads, to take the pigtails, the oxtails, the feet, right? The guts, the chitlins, and make it a cuisine to the point where now you can get that in the food market already clean. I don't eat it, but I'm saying the greens, the spicing up the greens with the chicken necks, the hog mug with it, the turkey. These days you do the turkey. Like, what are we talking about here? The macaroni and cheese, like, man, the way you make macaroni and cheese. Anyway, this is a funny guy right here, yo. He gets you frustrated, though. Yeah, you mad. Can't let that man get us mad like that, man, because he tripping. Here we go. Man, y'all listening to the Pseudo Killers, man. Powered by the community skeptics, man. Y'all know what it is, man.
So anything
but I feel like African American culture has definitely
you say that.
You know, she said we. She almost made herself an African American in real time. Did y'all see that?
Yeah, we're the coolest people on the planet. Everybody want to be like us.
For us not to have a culture, a Haitian was saying we. She weed us.
Hey, because she's shooting everybody up. She like, God damn. He's shooting Haitian. He's like, God damn.
All right, let me see.
Mainstream.
No, you say the word, the African American culture. What is it? Okay, fine.
Like hip hop, not hip hop. I mean, I don't want to.
Did this man just say, "Oh Jesus Christ," when she said hip hop? Did the super Nigerian just say, "Jesus Christ"? Not you. You mean you ain't a Legba? Older than You mean Jesus Christ in it, bro? Not you. Not the one with all the culture.
You don't have no culture.
You don't got
no culture.
Yeah, you don't got no culture.
He's not Nigerian.
What is he?
He's from Benin.
He's from Benoit. He's Benin from Benin.
Well, that's African American culture to mess it up. Remember, we look like you from Nigeria. You look like you from Nigeria. You know,
if he's from Benin, he still got leg buzz. They still got some of the similar traits.
Man, I messed up that man's whole religion. All right, here we go. Funny guy.
Look,
yes, I feel like
you haven't thought about it. It's fine. Don't make things up.
I'm not making it up.
Okay,
I feel like
then educate me. You feel. You should know. You were born and raised here.
Yes, but I have a Haitian.
Are you African American?
I'm Haitian American.
That's correct. Do you see why you were being specific with that? Because anybody who encounters you already knows you before. If they know you are Haitian, at least two things come to their mind.
What is that?
Oh, hold on.
If they've been to Haiti, they can look at work ethics and they say, yes, Haitians, I know them. Service industry, they know where they do well. Food, they can say yes.
So, that's a funny guy, yo.
Because Haitians is the same thing as African Americans. They just both got the way damn different.
You know that lady with the Haitian, yo.
Hey, he said they can look at you and tell you what you do well. That nigga said food.
Yeah, look, he double talk. He didn't even know the lady. He thought the lady was African American. And he said, then he said, yeah, they know you Haitian.
Yeah, he double talking. He ain't even know she was boy.
Look, American Dream. He said black Americans are the cool kids at school. The one with the low grades, LOL, that think being cool make up for their low grades. You know that?
Hey, check this out, yo.
That's tether talk, Dream. You tripping?
Yeah, you on tether talk.
Hey, I need to be a show, man. Tether talk, man.
Hey, American Dream. I'm gonna drop the link. The link is right there. Get up here and say that. Nobody gonna cut you off. I want to know why that run through your veins like that, though, yo.
Yeah.
Because they clowned him when he was in school. He still salty because they joned him while he was in school.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is. But, you know, he got the same talking points as this guy. He don't think African Americans got culture. He think we should just be Americans. You know, he routinely says that. He know there ain't no shot. He said, y'all Americans. Nah, yo, we African Americans.
But Ankh, you see, as dumb as this guy is, you know, this guy just he said, oh, people know you're Haitian by looking at you. They know their work ethic. But you know, in his other video, he said Haitians don't have no culture.
Yeah,
he's just saying things for the sake of saying it. But anyway,
he didn't even know the lady was Haitian. He asked what she was. If he knew that, he would have known she Haitian by looking at her. But he didn't even know. Then he said,
"How can you tell someone is Haitian by looking at him? What is he saying? It just sounds dumb." But anyway, but you know, Ankh, you know, some of the things he's saying, yeah, Black Americans say it.
Yeah. Yep.
That's the problem.
I don't think that's a problem. Because you're gonna have ignorant amongst you no matter where you go. And watch this. The real problem is that people would judge the whole culture based off of their ignorance. Nobody actually does that. That's the racism right there. That's the supremacy right there. That you would judge, like to say that all African Americans get high, or all African Americans sell drugs, or all African Americans are criminal. That's a very, very small segment of the 43 million African Americans. Most of us don't get high and do drugs and sell drugs. Most of us haven't been to jail, right? Most of us are good folk trying to get education. Know the value of having good education. Whether you can afford to send your kids there or not, you understand the value in that. You understand the value of staying out of jails, because we got family members that's been shot up on the streets. We got family members that's been in jail. And when people come home from jail, they tell you, don't do that. You don't want that for yourself. I got homeboys did 15 years in jail. A lot of them is crazy. I got homeboys that's still in jail. 20-year mark right about now. None of them is saying do that. So that's crazy. So of course you're gonna have ignorant people in all walks of life, in all shapes and sizes and creeds and religions. You're just gonna have ignorance. Ignorance is bliss, man. Let me finish.
But would you say that? Would you say that because when you say people don't know your history, it's like most people don't know their history though.
I ain't say to know you. I ain't bring that in. So what you saying? I ain't say nothing about don't know their history. I ain't say that. Because the historians are supposed to tell the history, not dudes on YouTube running around the street and the bar. That's not
no, but the average person doesn't know their history, innit? So if someone like him is saying these things, they can't respond in real time.
Right. I agree with you. Yeah, I totally agree with you. The average person don't know their history because they ain't. I mean, why would you? Why would you have an in-depth study of history? But the basic African American know damn well they got a culture, yo. That's not hard to figure that out. It's not. Here we go.
And even language, Creole.
Right.
And they can say, "Oh, I love Haitian," because they saw the culture in abstract before they encountered you. So people go over the bridge of your culture, your tradition, your customs, and that helps them to know how to
address it.
Exactly.
I see.
No, you don't see, miss. Because part of Africa, we do have a criminal element to African American culture. Hell, the majority of people that sold crack in America was African Americans. The majority. It brought money to the daggone community, whether you like it or not.
Not majority.
No more different than the daggone.
Not majority. You tripping?
No, I said crack dealers. You saying no?
Majority of person that deal crack.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
All right, we left it right there, then I'm cool. I was like to say majority.
Okay, let's get that straight. And it had a negative effect, and it had a positive effect. You saying what? Yeah. It wasn't, everything about it wasn't negative. A lot of people came up off that, and then you say, well, it was off the misery. Yeah, may have been. And now heroin a little bit different. That's a little misery.
I'm gonna get out the car with it. Let me out though.
Get out the heroin.
Yeah, you pick me up a little later. Yeah, I'm gonna get out the car real quick, get something to eat, and then I get off that. Yeah, they gonna shoot this ride up. I promise you.
But in criminal history, most of the kingpins was African Americans in that.
Yeah, it was. A lot of them was. I'm just saying. I mean, there's a criminal element to all cultures, though. That's part of what make a culture, though. You can't take all of it. Everybody wants to float across the Savannah. That's my overreach point. What's going on?
We ain't gonna act like the first drug dealers is these Italians and goddamn Jews and what's the other? The other ones ran with them folks over in Chicago and New York and all that. Man, they was drug dealers long before us.
Minority groups y'all got criminal, you know what I'm saying, histories and shit. You know
hey, don't get me started. Don't get me started with policy Sam.
Yeah,
so, y'all know that Chicago, Illinois, and the lottery, right? Illinois and Chicago lottery, all that come from policy.
Yeah, black guys,
black people, right? That's the pot. They had a well organized gambling operation. I'm gonna say it again. It was well organized. During the Depression, the African American community had millions of dollars. I'm gonna say this again. While most of America was in depression, poor African Americans had a game where they could put pennies in it and get money back. It's called policy. It later on will become, when the feds took it over, United States government took it over, the Georgia State Lottery, the Maryland State Lottery, and all that come from that. The mobsters, Mal Lasky, Lucky Luciano, what's my man from Chicago? What's my man from Chicago? Yo, what's his name?
Al Capone.
Al Capone, watch this. He cut a deal with what's my man? They call him the Godfather of Harlem. What's his name?
Bumpy Johnson.
Bumpy Johnson.
You talking about Lucky Luciano cut the deal with Bumpy Johnson.
No. I'm saying no. That was later when they put together the commission. I'm saying
like Duck Show. That was Duck Show.
No, he fought against Doug Show. Bumpy Johnson fought against Doug Schultz.
Yeah.
And the reason Doug Schultz lost because my man had already cut a deal with my man from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
They cut the deal, and he went to him, and he was like, and it was like, really, yo, you coming out like this, yo? He was like, nah. He said, yo, right now, he came with records saying, here go the records. We keeping the records of the mob, right? Fighting against us. He said, this how much money they spending to try to get in our community. They spending hundreds of thousands a month to try to get into our community to get a piece of our game. He said, they spending a lot of money to fight us. And they only making this. He said, it don't make good business. He's saying, what he told my man from Chicago, he said, what you could do is, look, keep them off of us, right? We'll cut you into 20%. I said, that way you ain't got to invest no money to fight against us. You know what I'm saying? And the mobster from Chicago, what's his name again? I keep forgetting his damn name. I don't know why.
You come on, Capone.
Capone was like, man, let me think that makes it. Let me think about that. And Capone, right, came back and was basically saying, well, you know what? I've been kind of thinking about that too. But I've been talking to other black gangsters in other neighborhoods, and I was thinking that's a good idea. But you the first one that had the heart and came to me. So they worked out a deal. They kept it secret. They worked out a deal. And what Capone ended up saying is, this is what I want y'all to do, though. And this is my main point for saying this, since we don't got no damn culture. He say, this is what I want you to do. I want you to bring 3 of your best policy makers. I want them to come up here and train us on why the hell y'all damn game is so well organized. It take a culture to well organize a daggone gambling operation to the tune of millions of dollars. They made so much money that they would kick up money, okay, to Cambone. $5 million a year, right? They paid it quarterly. Why would they do that? Because they were sharp and smart. From that point going forward, they didn't tell nobody what the deal was, right? Capone and them gave, Miles Lansky and Lucky Luciano, they started what you call the commission, right? And the commission, guess what, y'all? The commission ended up taking those rules and regulations that the brother formed, right, with the other gangster, and they put that into their thing, well organized. People don't even know this. So I'm gonna say it again, during the Great Depression, African American communities could put some pennies in there and make some money. And the policy, the bookies, they took care of the damn community. That was part of, if you was a criminal, you're supposed to take care of the community. All right, that's what you did. You might have sold whatever you sold, but you always gave back to the community, whereas though the Italians would come in and they would take from the community. And they wouldn't hire the people in the community to work. And Bumpy Johnson used all that against them. So we've always had a culture, whether it be in part of it being in criminal enterprise, right? They was ahead of their time because they understood that the alcohol, the prohibition was going out of style. So I say all that to say, man, this man is wild and out of order. He tripping. He's straight tripping. American Dream, I know you're going to say something crazy. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, peace to y'all. I ain't got nothing crazy to say. I just came up because you invited me up. I thought you had something you wanted to say to me.
Well, how much of that? How much do you?
You said Black Americans had the cool kids that carry the little grade. We wanted you to expound. That's all.
No, I was really going at I think somebody had mentioned something in the chat about somebody said something about Black people being the coolest, and I was just responding to that. But
that was me. That was me that said that.
Yeah, but I was trolling. Yeah. I was trolling just a little bit. But interestingly enough, even if you ask just a little bit, if you ask Tariq and them about Black American culture, they'll tell you it's dancing, swag. Like they'll even say swag. You know, and it kind of comes down to, that's what it comes down to. They're the cool kids, and everybody wants to be like them.
We are. We're emulated all over the planet. Unlike you.
Yeah,
unlike you.
Yeah, and I'm just kind of reiterating that point. In my head, that's what it resonates as, is that, y'all think y'all are the coolest out of everybody.
I don't think anything. I'm emulated all over the planet. Homeboy, matter of fact, my dance style then made it to the Olympics. What do you mean? Do you not hear yourself?
Yeah, but y'all aren't in the Olympics.
That's how we know you whack. That's how we know you whack. We got a word for you.
It's the Japanese that's in the Olympics doing it. And interestingly enough, it's the Japanese that's in the Olympics doing it and winning it. I don't even know if there's.
That's because it's old to us now. We done walked away and started something else.
Joel, why do you ask me a question and then talk over? Joel, why do you ask me a question and then talk over me while I'm answering?
My bad, American Dream.
Like you're a little bit strange, Joel. I would rather answer Ankh's question and then speak with Ankh, because he allows me time to speak, and then you know what I mean.
And you talk so long, though, American Dream. Can't nobody else get nothing in. Go ahead.
Right. But yeah, Ankh, that's pretty much what I was speaking to, is the fact that when you ask the average Black person what their culture is or what their contribution is, they'll just talk about swag, dancing, hip hop, that type of kind of, in my estimation, just like when it comes to what culture really is, those things aren't really significant parts of what makes up a culture, if you will.
What's Jamaican culture, American Dream?
Say again?
What's Jamaican culture?
What's Jamaican culture?
Yeah, you heard me.
Well, everything in terms of the food we eat, like Jamaican culture isn't any different from anybody else's culture. Is what
No,
culture
just
is
tell me
made
what
up
it
of.
is. Just tell me what it is.
It's like everybody else's culture. It's the food that they eat. You know,
He
we
didn't
eat
grow up
different
in
types of
Jamaica.
food. The language, we speak a different type of language. The way we dress.
I'm
Just
pointing out that when somebody
those
asks
types
you,
of things that make up culture.
I'm just trying to
They
show
dress
you that
like
when
us.
somebody,
He didn't grow up in Jamaica though.
I'm just trying to show you that when you ask somebody what their culture is, that's what they're just going to say. That's the natural go-to, right?
What's
Food,
that?
clothing.
Yeah,
Food, clothing.
Not for Black Americans. For Black Americans, their natural go-to is swag.
You just did the same thing.
No, I don't think I never heard that's some new shit. Swag. No.
Yeah, that's new. Yeah.
Have you listened to Tariq? Have you listened to Joel? Ask Joel. He'll tell you they're the cool kids.
Tariq doesn't
Ask
represent.
Joel. I bet you Joel will tell you it's swag.
Tariq, they don't represent.
Yeah. Everybody copies our dress style. Even Jamaicans.
The first choice we're gonna choose is only gonna be like food. We talk about culture, be food and music, and then they might go to dress, and then then they might say, if they mean when they say swag, they mean language. Yeah, we got African American vernacular, our style, our language, our style of speech. So that's just normal. Like it's like you went to Jamaican patois. You know what I mean? So that's a natural go-to. Yeah.
I got money. American Dream dresses like us. I got money. Who want to bet me some money that American Dream copies us? That's why he has an American dream. He dreams to be like me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if you
sometimes I dream.
If you listen to the way I talk, Joel, my accent, I speak more like an American than I do like a Jamaican. So, do I also dress more like an American? Because I've been here all of my life pretty much. So yeah, I think your culture, you can't not have a culture. I think my culture is a hybrid culture, if you will. Like, I have aspects of Jamaican culture more in terms of the foods I eat at home. I only really eat Jamaican. My wife is Jamaican. All she makes me is that good Jamaican food. But you're right. The way I dress is not necessarily the way they dress in Jamaica.
American Dream. Hold on for a minute. Did you hear what you just said? You said
sure thing.
You said yeah. That wasn't like a white boy.
Nope.
That was like
a Black American.
You sound like an African American. Yeah. I'm letting you know you don't sound like a white boy. Even in your attempt to speak proper and your vernacular, you sound like an African American.
Yeah, but interestingly enough, though, Ankh, I've said about 100 English words, and the only one you pointed out to was yeah, and that's the only Black American thing that you point out of the 1,000 words that I've said.
No, your accent,
so,
bro.
If you want to hold on to that.
Nah, the way
your
most people tell me I have a Jamaican accent. When I speak English, they tell me I have a Jamaican accent.
Hey,
you don't.
Golden State, hold on. I got to calm you down. I'm going to let you get them. You gonna be... But wait 1 second. I'm just saying the way you put the word in there was African. Yeah, that was African American style. That was the cool shit. That was cool of you, bro.
Yeah, but like I said, that's just one word out of 1,000 that I've said.
But you just did.
But it is true. I went to school in the Bronx. I went to high school in the Bronx, and most of my friends were either Jamaican or African Americans. When I went to college, I naturally hung out with Black people. The few Jamaicans that were there, the Black Americans that were there, for the most part, that's who I hung out with. So if my language is like that, it is just what it is. And it is that reason, for the same reason, like you have a Baltimore accent because you hung out in Baltimore with people that live there. So it's just a natural thing.
So let me make this point, then I'm going to let Golden State get at you. I would like to say that the first thing that comes to a person is not an anthropologist or historian on African American culture. They're going to say the basic things. You did the same thing. You claimed that the first thing African Americans say is we the cool kids, and then you went right to dress. You said dress, how you clothes, your food. Well, goddamn, yo, that's all we was saying. We was saying it out the way we dress is cool.
That's what swag is.
Well, I didn't say it was cool. All I said was, I didn't say it was cool. I said it was just the way I dress. I didn't say it was cool.
The way you dress is your swag, yo. You get it?
Then everybody has swag because everybody has a way that they dress. The Japanese have a way they dress, so they have swag. So swag doesn't necessarily. When Black Americans say they have swag, I don't think they're just talking about the way they dress. I think they're talking about the way they walk, the way they talk. It's more than swag is more than that.
You see what I'm saying? Within every culture, you got people that got swag, right? But I'm saying, but African American culture, where everything is about swag. It's the level of it, because you just said it. You just admitted that that's all y'all say is just right. Because swag is one of the most important things, bro. When I go outside, yo, my sneakers got to be clean a certain way, yo. The way I wear my socks, the way all that, that's just swag. Whereas though you might have a few people who think that way, but just generally speaking, man, African Americans, even if you work for a trash company, yo, the way you wear your trash jumpsuit is swagged out, yo. The way you do it. That's just part of our culture. Not to say that other people don't have swag, but like you say, it's the importance we put on it. See what I'm saying? But go ahead, Golden State. What's on your mind? Welcome to the show.
Hey, salute to you. What's happening? What's going on?
No cussing.
Shout out to the panel.
No cussing.
Oh, I'm not about to cuss that dude like that. It ain't that deep. But I would say that it's very funny though, because American Dream has always taken shots at Black Americans, even though he sounds like one, which is just wow, right? Sound like one, dress like one, copied the whole swag, and then go around and talk about and then try to diminish Black Americans as if we are some type of lesser than somehow, which is crazy work, right? I just, that's something that I've noticed about him over the years. He just seemed to have some type of issue with Black Americans, which is just dumb as hell, because genetically there's not a large difference between Jamaicans and Black Americans. But anyways, though, that's not the whole subject. The fact that you are in America, sounding like a Black American, dressing like a Black American, and then talking about how Black Americans, like, y'all was in there failing and being foolish and didn't really, just kind of diminishing Black Americans as like we just foolish people. It's crazy work. Why would you want to emulate people who are not doing so well in school? Why would you want to talk like people who aren't doing so well, right? Because that just go ahead.
Let him answer it. I'm letting him defend himself. Then we're gonna move on to the clip. Go ahead, American Dream. You got 15 seconds.
Well, the Black American culture is an American culture, and American, like even Thomas Sowell says that Black Americans have a redneck culture, that they copied their culture from white rednecks in the South. And so, even today,
he went the Thomas Sowell route.
Even if I could finish, even today, the way Black Americans really wear white people clothes. They dress like, their best. They wear Versace stuff. They wear it. Can I finish my statement? I'll let you speak without cutting you off, bro. You're gonna speak when I'm done.
I was muted, bro. So I don't know what you're talking about.
But somebody keeps yelling in. But yeah, like even the Black American dress, the clothes that y'all wear is really white people clothes, and y'all claim y'all put a swag to it. So and then even though y'all are wearing white people clothes, you speak English, which is a white people language, and then you also complain about white supremacy. So you can't tell me that I down you and copy your culture, because y'all do the same thing with white folks. Y'all copy their culture and then complain about white supremacy and complain about white folks. So the same reason I do it would be the same. You would have to search within yourself and answer that question as to why do you do it, and then you'll find it's the same reason why everyone else does it, I guess.
Okay, so are you ready? I wanted to ask him how we practice white people culture. I want you to tell me that.
Bro, stop.
Because I just said the way you dress, all you wear is Versace, and white people clothes, a shirt and tie.
I never wore Versace in my life.
Dream, hold on.
Okay, well, I'm sure you're wearing something made by a white person right now.
American Dream, hold on. Joe, you want to answer that, or you sleep? Because I know it's about time for you to go. He might be gone. Shalimbe, is you gone?
No, I'm here.
Do you want to answer that? That's interesting. He liked the video right there.
No, this is why Tyreek and them get a lot of fuel for their arguments, because it's these generational.
I mean, but it's not me. Like,
I'm not done talking.
American Dream, you got to understand.
I'm not done talking.
Yeah, you gotta let him finish.
We're not gonna do that.
So I didn't hear anybody speaking. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, he talked.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear him.
So this is why they get away with the whole tether conversation, because these people who have benefited from the blood and sweat of African Americans think they have a right to now describe what is and what isn't African American culture. And so when you make these broad statements out of ignorance, it becomes problematic. So most of the goods and stuff we make, like the clothes that he's talking about, is mostly Europeans, not even made in America. So Versace is not an American brand.
Nope.
And so it's not a reverence to American culture, it's American to wealth. And you find that across the globe. And so some
white
things,
wealth? What, white wealth?
You can't talk when he's talking, yo. You cannot talk when he talk, American Dream.
You gave your spill. You gave your spill, right? And now I'm going. So when you look at like in Harlem, you have an African American, I forget his name, who was prominent in making clothes for the wealthy.
Dapper Dan.
You see what I'm saying? So they do exist. But now we're talking about status. And so in Western society, there's certain things that come with status, and that's what you do. That's just what it is. But it's not even American, though. We're imitating the Italians mostly and the French, which is an amalgamation of other cultures things, like silk and all like that, rayon and all the type of stuff they use, like alligator shoes and all like that are derived from other people. And so that's just how human beings behave. I think that's a fallacious argument from a tether.
Hold on, let me say this. I'm gonna let Fontaine.
Do I get to respond at all or no?
No, hold on. I got you. We don't want to make, but I want to say this, right? This is the mistake that most people make. And I'm gonna give you an example that we're all aware of. It's called the whole Nile Valley argument. You say, well, tie that together. In the Nile Valley, we know they practice farming. But we know the farming, the seeds came from Western Asia. But just because the seeds came from Western Asia don't mean that the Egyptians did not Egyptianize it or Africanize it, and they put their own flavor to it. So when people make the fatal mistake and say, you're wearing European clothes, wait a minute. I grew up wearing quote unquote Timberlands, American Eagle. But the way I wore the shit was different from anything they was thinking about. The Timberlands, the butter. When they made that product, they had no idea that we wasn't going to strap them all the way up to our daggone knees. They didn't know we was going halfway time. They didn't know we was going to take the Timberlands and don't wear no socks with them. They didn't know that we was going to take boat shoes or deck shoes and never touch a damn boat or yacht. Wore them in the hood. They had no idea we was going to do that. But we African Americanized it. This, my people, is understanding how culture actually works and not the way you think it works. What's up, Fontaine? What's good?
Hey, what's up? Shout out everybody. Pseudo Killers, what's going on?
Pseudo Killer.
I got one. I'm gonna say something real quick, then I got a question. Like, they love to generalize the perceived negatives about our community and make it seem like that's our whole community. But my question is, does that Nigerian or whatever he is he wearing Nigerian culture clothes right now?
Nope, he wearing the Oxford shit. That's the Oxford.
Oh, okay. So it's just us that's not allowed to wear the clothes that most of the world is wearing.
Yep, that's what he doing.
Hey, but for the his position as Nigerian ain't got no culture either. Like he don't spread love to Africa. That's what you think.
Nah, not at all. He actually has stated that he thinks the Africans are fairly dumb. That's his own words.
Yeah, this ain't he different. Like, he ain't big downplaying African Americans and big up Africa.
No, you no, this dude is a whole raccoon, like American Dream.
Taking a dump on
his head even look like African American candy, yo.
So watch this. On the screen, we got my man, Asar mentioned, he said, you wore Dominoes from Old Town Mall. Now, see, Old Town Mall is on the east side. I ain't wearing no daggone Dominoes. I wore Timberlands. There you go. So, American Dream, go ahead and respond, and I'm going to go to the next person. I think Sabian been on the mic. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't even know if what I heard is even worth responding to. One person came on, called me a tether. Another person came on, said I was a raccoon. And those are such low IQ responses. I don't even feel like I should respond to them. So, let's hear what Sabio has to say.
All right, go ahead. Sabio can't stand you. That's going to be worse. Sabian, go ahead, man. No cussing.
What up? What up, y'all? What up, Pseudo Killer?
What's up?
So, the one thing that we should be familiar with is American Dreams, American Dumbasses, pause, because that's actually the name that I've given him, and that's the name I'm always going to call him.
Is that a tether, raccoon, dumbass? They're such low IQ responses, bro. This is what I mean by y'all are the cool kids with the low grades.
You gotta let them.
Nobody interrupted you though, dog.
Go ahead, Sabio.
So please sit back. So the one thing from my first introduction to you, however long, many years ago it was, your stance about the people that you say you have grew up around, you speak like, you have emulated, the culture you have adopted, you still want to try to degrade and downplay them. You are the representation of a FBA clown and a person who thinks we have no culture. We are nothing. Even though you want to act like you are something to the people you have benefited from off of all the gains the African American culture has provided for you. You need to check your whole life, your stance, and don't say anything about our culture again in your life, dog. Go talk to the white people who you love and who you pine for, dog. I'm tired of you.
All right, can I respond? Can I respond, please, Ankh?
Yes, you can. Then I'm gonna let
Thanks,
Ankh. One love, Sabio, bro. For real.
Thanks,
Shout out to you.
Let me just
that.
respond. It's gonna be real quick, Ankh.
It's got
because he actually made me remember what I wanted to say to the other two.
American Dream, hold on. I want
Sure.
to get that out. Then I want to get back to that video because I too want to hear your responses to this guy.
Absolutely. Again, what I will say is, if you notice,
go ahead.
If you notice, they keep saying that I emulate them and then I talk bad about them.
Okay.
And again, it's the same way, like all of them, Chalemwe just said what they wear is European clothes, they eat European food, and then they talk bad about white folks. So y'all do the same thing that y'all complain that tethers do. Y'all do exactly the same shit. Y'all emulate white people and then complain about white supremacy. And if you're gonna emulate white people, then you're admitting that white supremacy is real. So y'all need to check yourselves in this silly tether thing that we should come up with a name for y'all. Another, like, it's the tether. Is it y'all tether off of white people and then complain that other people tether off of y'all? Y'all need to really check yourselves.
We don't tether off of white people. You made that up.
We're not even really
You said all you do is wear European stuff. That's white people. Hello.
You don't know what
I do want to
about.
respond to one thing he said.
Go ahead.
That part about black people being the cool kids with low grades. I'm from Atlanta, right? So majority of the schools down here, like Fulton County, are pretty much all black schools. So are you assuming or saying that entire school had low grades? Like, the stuff they say is just literally racist. Like, you're basically saying a school full of kids, all the black ones in there got low grades, but it's a school full of black kids. And some of them go to some of the top colleges in America with some of the highest IQs. So like, they represent us by the negative parts of our community because he just doesn't like black people. That's all that is. So he speaks on the negative parts, the people that he was offended by in school or that he knew. So he'll say, oh, they were the cool kids with the low grades. What about all the nerd black kids that were in there with the good grades that weren't trying to be cool? Just forget about all of them because there are thousands of them.
You know, if I can respond real quick, when I first came in, I spoke about Thomas Sowell, and Thomas Sowell is an African American. And when I mentioned Thomas Sowell, who's one of the most brilliant black men,
he probably can't hear. So she wanted to say something.
He's about to talk about some Thomas Sowell. That's subjective. I don't even rock with Thomas Sowell.
No, but Thomas Sowell's not relevant in the black community at all to black Americans. So the fact that you would actually
hold on. Yeah. So I'm saying, and I'm seeing some of the outrage of the crowd. So they're like, yo, like, you know, when you come onto a platform that's hosted by the people you assaulted, right? Yeah. Then you can't then cry because you're not getting the certain type of respect you want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's all par for the course.
Yeah, it's like you come to somebody's house.
Who's crying? So it sounds like I'm crying, Sosa?
No.
Yes, it sounds like you're crying.
You of course. I mean, but
sounds like y'all are crying. I've been called a raccoon, a tether, a dumbass. Sounds like y'all are crying.
No.
I mean, sometimes you know it's not. Sometimes you earn it though. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you wrote a check and then cashed it. You know what I'm saying? So like that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know, I wouldn't have let them do all that if you hadn't did what you did. That's why I ain't saying nothing either way. I let y'all throw shots. So as long as y'all,
it is what it is. I've been called tether and raccoon
cool
before.
Kids,
it is what it is.
It started with the cool kids with the low grades. That's what.
It's what cool kids with low grades do. They just do ad hominems.
I know. No, we do throw ad hominems to actual raccoons who listen to Thomas Sowell. That's what we do. I mean,
right.
We talking about Negroes who listen to Thomas Sowell all day, right? A black man who was multi-time divorced to white women who always crapped on. Hold on. Crapped on.
So are you saying that?
Crap on. And I'm just saying, crap on black people, right? Because he's one of these people. He was one of the first black folks that come out here and do rage bait about his own community, and so he can actually make a lot of money off of white people, right? It's very popular to do that on social media now today, right? So you see all these different channels like the Cartier family, like the Hodge twins, right? And now you got American Coon, right? Who's of Jamaican descent, decided he's going to get up here and try to generate revenue as well off the black community or black Americans. It's very popular to do that. So American Coon, do your thing, bro.
You can't let them. Hey, American Dream. Just for the record, if you hadn't came with the cool kids with the bad grades, I wouldn't even let them do you like that.
Cause that's all good, Ankh. I'm not mad at you at all, buddy. I'm not mad.
I'm just keeping it even. But go ahead.
They're just ignorant, bro.
That's ignorant. All right, let's get the next thing in here. Let's go. Let's see. All right, let's go for the next thing. I want you to chime in. Let me see. Everybody got a chance to chime in on that. That was good. Yo, we're having a good discussion, man. Y'all listen to the community, the skeptics, man. Y'all know it's powered by the pseudo killers, man. And we're gonna start being on that channel more often. We really want to do this type of thing on the pseudo killers channel. So I need y'all right now. Everybody go like and subscribe, man. We got all the views up. We doing what we supposed to do, man. Let's get this thing right. All right, here we go.
Or you will soon know too, in addition to seeing. So I'm saying to you, any people who ask for these things, which are abstract, freedom, for example, independence, for example, and civil rights, for example, voting rights, for example, you must have a foundation on which these things are going to balance. Because the people there have to uniformly agree with consensus. This is our way of life. The do's and the don'ts involved in our culture. Even if you have to create an artificial culture.
Is that why the civil rights movement is considered dead?
It's dead and useless. They got it, but they could not balance it on any foundation.
Okay, that's a hell of a shot right there. Start off with you, American Dream. What you think about that statement right there? Let me hear you. What say you, American Dream? Unmute that mic, American Dream. What say you?
I got a little distracted and I didn't really hear the last piece he said that you want me to respond to. Can you play it again?
Yeah, I want to go back. This is a good one right here. Let me go back. See what you think about this. See if it's a consistent thing going here. Let's see. All right.
An artificial culture.
Is that why the civil rights movement is considered dead?
It's dead and useless. They got it, but they could not balance it on any foundation. Japanese suffered in this country. 435,000 Japanese were kept in internment camps. Not a single one killed each other.
All right, so what do you think about that statement right there? When he talk about the civil rights and how we ain't had no found balance, and what do you think about that?
I'm not really sure what he's talking about. I'm not really, you know what I mean? I would have to hear more of exactly what he means by that the civil rights is dead. I'm not in
advantage of it. He don't think we taking advantage of it because we ain't had no base. We ain't had no culture to take advantage of it. I got that right, so that's what he's basically saying, right? I'm correct in that in my analysis of that, right?
Well,
yeah, basically he's arguing because we're not a monolith, right? So we don't have one model, one ideology to go by, so it serves us no good. That's why in the same thing he'll be like, when we did get civil rights, we had Martin Luther King wanting one thing and Malcolm X asked for another thing, because we're not united. We don't have no culture, so we're disjointed. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, go ahead, American Dream, and then I'm gonna let where you at?
Yeah, I think if you like, even if you go to Jamaica, right? If you go to Jamaica at like a national celebration of Jamaican culture, like what you'll see is, and you'll hear certain types of stories being told, and they're like certain types of Anansi stories, which kind of come from Africa in a way. The way they dress is different from the way contemporary Jamaicans dress. So Jamaicans kind of fall back on that kind of historic culture, which is also tied into African ways of being. And I think that's what he was talking about with the Japanese as well. And I think he was saying that African Americans don't necessarily have that. I think that's what he means to say. And you know, I think that is largely due, I think, to the fact that Jamaica is like all of the people that he's talking about, Jamaicans, Japanese, these are independent countries, and that's why I think those things are valued in those countries where Black America is not a country in and of itself. So I think for him to make the comparisons is a little bit unfair in a way, but I think that's the point he's trying to make, is that there is no kind of culture that they fall back on. And by falling back, I mean going back into history and drawing from those things, from those values that we have that are not necessarily contemporary values.
Okay, freeze. I would like to let Trey jump in here. So I would like to say that by default, you actually disagreed. You just agreed that we had a culture. You know why? Because you said that in Jamaica, you see them basically having more ties to traditional African culture. You said that. The reason you can go up to the average African American and ask them, are they African? And they say no, is because we have developed a unique culture in America and we respect that. Huh? Trey, what's on your mind, bro?
Right, I'm just listening and
FBA.
yeah, you know what
FBA transition. What's up?
This dude is mad ignorant. Like I don't even think he know who Latimer is, right? The inventor that helped
you talking about Frank Zeno? You talking about Frank Zeno?
Yeah.
All right, go keep on. Go
I don't even think he knows that Latimer helped, Thomas Edison create the light bulb. Know what I'm saying? He helped him accomplish that. I don't even think he knows.
You messed it up. He improved on the filament. He
right. But every day when we wake up, it's Black culture. White people use it every day. We use it every day. Security systems, house security systems, ironing boards, the doorknob. All of that is Black culture.
Vaccines.
So it's used across the world.
Wait, did Ankh say vaccines is Black culture? Yo, Ankh, you a funny guy, bro. You a funny guy.
Well, let me be specific.
Do you know the history of vaccines?
It is, yo. You know that though, right?
I mean,
inoculation.
Inoculation, yo, is the foundation of vaccines, yo. That come
That
from what?
COVID vaccine, definitely black culture.
Yeah, and then the black lady was actually African American. Well, look, she actually was the lead scientist. But I digress. Go ahead, Trey.
I just when you got people up here just talking like that, it shows that they've done no type of African American history, no Black American history at all. They don't know most the Disney inventions are from a black man. I forgot his name though, but it's a lot of things that people just like. I think those people just think white people invented it when it was really us. Only thing they got to do is do a quick Google search and they'll see nothing but black history throughout American history. And for him to say we have no history or we lack history, like, it doesn't make sense. So his argument is just garbage.
No history. He ain't even say lack. He say no. He ain't say history. He say no culture. Crazy.
No culture. That don't even. We didn't get afros from them.
Yeah,
we
didn't
get wearing afro from them. We didn't get wearing Tims from them. We didn't get our urban style, the way we style, the way we dress from them.
I'm telling you.
And we didn't get it from white people. It was us.
Man, I'm telling you, yo,
they dress like us. The white people dress like us. We see it on a daily basis. They wear our hairstyles. I see white boys with waves in their head.
I don't know. You might be going far. I don't know if I'm going to go that far.
But down south, they doing it.
Yeah, you going far. You got some people that go I call it cross dress, back and forth. So you want to add something to that, Trey? You know, Trey at FBA. You know, he's gonna go far. I ain't going that far with you, Trey.
No. Let him cook. Go ahead.
Can I say something real quick, Uncle?
No, Trey was cooking. Then we'll let you go in. Go ahead, Trey. Finish cooking.
Yeah, man. Look, hey, I'm just saying that it's unrefutable evidence that we have. Our culture might be probably the greatest culture on earth.
Yeah, I think so. My belief.
Like we're incredible people. Like all of the inventions, all of the we literally built America, the greatest country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
So just that being said, whoever talking about we don't got no culture, y'all have not did no studying.
Yeah,
not even Googled Black American history or just American history. I'm done.
Yeah, they hating at that point. I tell you what, I can agree, and I've always said this. I always felt like African American culture was the greatest culture on earth because in real time, for the first time in the annals of history, watch this, that the world got a chance. I said the world, not part of the world, but the whole world got a chance to sit back and see how one group of people was treated. And I say this, and the reason the whole world, right, had a chance to sit back and see how a group of people was treated is because the foundation of the modern world is based off of and built off of free African American labor. I'm going to say this again. The modern world, the Industrial Revolution, is based off of the free money that was stolen and given to them because of African American free labor. That's why we don't play with that FBA bullshit when they start talking about that wild ass ethnogenesis. The wild ass black Indian and the black traders and explorers and some slaves. That's a bunch of crap. That's why we don't play with that. That's why they never getting that off. Okay.
So, can I add something to what you saying?
I have to ask you a question before you add. So, are you saying, that the jobs that people have today are based off of the labor that our ancestors did during slavery?
I would just say the foundation of the modern world is laid on the backs of free labor. That's how I want to put it.
All right. American Dream. Take that to the bank and cash that check.
So,
I'm sorry, what am I taking to the bank?
Now, hold on. Go ahead, Fontaine.
So what I wanted to add on what you were saying about they took the money and things from Black people. They also took our ideas and our creations and took credit for them. So a lot of the things that they credit white people for being white culture was actually created by a Black person. They just took the credit for it. And so now you're assuming that it's white culture when in all actuality, it was a Black person making it. They just never credited for it.
That's a fact. Hey, listen, I said the free labor was free labor. Okay. And that's slave labor. You had slaves in the Caribbean. We're not leaving out the Caribbean, brother. We just talked about the goddamn African Americans right now. Babe, to do that. We can't just talk about African Americans. You know what the hell went on in the Caribbean? The lifespan was a damn year. Plantations. The sugar plantations, we get all that. But right now we talking about African Americans because this man is talking about African Americans. Everybody stay on point and stay on course. Knock it off. Here we go. Let's finish this off. Here we go.
For the 3 years they were there during the Second World War.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Not a single one became a daddy baby or baby daddy while they were in the internment camp because there was a third object they were focused on. Their culture. It has self-determination, customs, traditions. Something guided them to survive. Anything they ask for in this country will be balanced on a foundation for their children.
Well, they say Haitian people have resilience.
Oh, resilience is not culture, please. Every human being has a resilience in some way or the other.
Resilience to survive, to stay alive.
Correct. That is why you can see the things people ask in this country, the Irish, the Italians, the Jews. It took a while before the Jews got recognized. Exactly. But as soon as they got it, they balanced it on a foundation.
Nigga, we ain't never get ours. It's called reparation. We waiting on ours. Shut up.
Foundation. Culture,
and so did Japanese people. I'm sorry.
These things conjure what should be your taboos, do's and don'ts. Everybody has to recognize it. To the point, if you violate it, I'll call you out. If we can afford, we kick you out of the community because we don't want you to destroy it. But they all went different roles. There's Malcolm X asking for something different. Martin Luther King asked
Malcolm X didn't ask for anything. What did he ask for?
Segregation. He was talking to his people.
Oh, to segregate themselves.
Yes. So you can see one group of people who suffer the same experience, yet they don't have a doctrine. And that without a doctrine, which is always balanced on on a foundation of culture, without it, anything you ask for is going to be useless. So African Americans are going to complain until the cows come home as to why they're not getting what they're not getting in America. It's simple. You don't have a foundation.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop right there, yo. I don't know what he mean. We don't got no foundation.
Great. That point you made about reparations is really a very important point because everybody he's propping up against Black people got some form of repair. We're the only ones that didn't.
It's a great point, bro.
Can I try to speak to what he means by no foundation?
Yeah, we want you to. We definitely want to hear your part so we can just all start throwing.
Yeah, they're not gonna like what I have to say, but just going back to
we're gonna open the floodgates. This is gonna be our last point too. So everybody gonna get a chance to go. That's why we want you to go first. Go ahead, because I feel like you feel like this man.
Indeed.
Go ahead.
If Thomas Sowell is correct, and Black American culture is white redneck culture.
Freeze that.
Right?
Hold on, freeze that. I would like to say something about that because we talked about this earlier. I want to let you know, I don't like the way that sounds, but who the hell else was we all around? Most slaves wouldn't have been around rich white people like that. Okay.
Right, so that's why he said that's your culture.
Let me finish my point. Hold on. And Sosa said the perfect thing. Wait a minute, bro. We was around ourselves more than we was around poor white people. I'm going to say, get this straight. Big up to Sosa. Sosa said this. He say, We was more around ourselves than anybody else. And then you can go ahead and add the poor white people in if you want. And then you can add in the rich people later on down the line. But I will refuse to allow you to say that black people was around poor white people and they were. Get that shit, American dream.
And we influenced them too. It wasn't just one way. It ain't no one direction.
Of course.
Right. So let me just
go ahead.
Because a lot of
but let me finish the point that I think he was speaking to. Let me just finish.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let Sosa go after him. Then I'm gonna let you go, Gullin and everybody else. Go ahead. I ain't gonna cut you off, American dream. You got 5-10 seconds. Go.
Yes, I. So if Thomas Sowell is correct, and the culture does come from white redneck culture, which is a European culture, because he said those white rednecks brought that culture from Europe, then I think what Zanu means when he says you don't have foundation, like I said before, Jamaicans celebrate their African the African foundation of their culture. Japanese Americans celebrate the Japanese foundation of their culture. Black Americans, though, do not celebrate the white foundation of their culture. And I think that's what he means when he says that you don't have that foundation because you don't celebrate where your culture comes from.
Now stop.
Our foundation comes from Africa, clown.
That ain't what he said. He said we don't celebrate it. Go ahead, Sosa. Sosa on mute. Gullah, go ahead.
Yeah, come back to me in a minute. Be back up.
Go ahead, Sosa.
No, I said come back to me in a minute. Let me take this one real quick. Go ahead.
All right. A lot of us do celebrate our culture. You know what I'm saying? African American culture, just like Jamaicans do. Jamaica ain't just an African culture though. Jamaica was a British colony, just like North America was. So, you know what I'm saying? So the foundation of that culture ain't just African culture. It's British culture, African culture, to even some of it part of the history of Spanish culture. So you know what I'm saying? I think African Americans do celebrate our culture in some aspects, like you know what I'm saying, even whether they don't recognize it as African or not.
Correct. Good point.
Excellent point.
Go ahead, Fontaine.
FBA don't.
Oh, I was gonna say that was a good point that Gullah just made. We very much celebrate our culture, and the foundation of our culture is not redneck white culture. Every experience and influence we got from Africa to America through that slave trade developed our culture. And like I think it was, I don't know if it was Gullah or Sosa that said we were always amongst ourselves. So we cultivated and developed that culture ourselves. White people didn't give us that. Like they didn't have nothing to do with how we made soul food. We took scraps and created soul food. They didn't influence that at all. The way we cook our food, they didn't influence them. We developed all of those things, and people try to discredit us. But like Gullah just pointed out, but when you speak about Jamaican culture, you don't mention the British. You act as if it stands alone, but we don't get that.
Sabio.
Yeah, man. So excellent points made by everybody. But what's actually interesting to me is how the history is jumbled, how the contamination, the cross-cultural contamination is jumbled, and it's only looked at as one way, as if everything the Europeans did, we gravitated on and adopted, and our culture is actually their culture. That's why he made the statement, we don't celebrate the white part of our culture. That is our culture. That is part of American culture. Our culture is African, where our history comes from. The culture and the nation the nation that we developed it in is America. So the culture is African American.
Oh man, I like that right there. Where you at, Trey? Where you at, Trey? All right, Trey, slow. Golden State, what you got? Closing statement on that.
Yeah, I mean, you can actually trace back aspects of our culture, whether it's from the Fulani and the houses that had arrived here, and that was in Maryland. Or you can actually you can trace back aspects, especially when you start thinking about jazz music, right, and the Congolese influence of the Bantu influence, right, or like the banjo and other aspects. So we can trace where our culture comes from, and as far as like folklore as well. We spoke folklore here. Some folklore tales are still actually passed down orally in the United States. You can see voodoo is here. It's practiced here. I mean, it's crazy as hell. Matter of fact, the way that we cook our greens, we stew our greens. The fact that we called a ground provision, which were sweet potatoes, yams. Like we got words that are part of the American English lexicon today that come directly from Africa. That's our influence, which is African. The United States has changed, and the main swagger of the United States comes from Africa. That's us. The United States would have no swag, would have no kind of pop, no kind of flair without the African root. So to try to say that our stuff comes from some white people, it's crazy work. Were we around the white folks influences to a certain extent? Yes, but we did it. It was the other way too. And even Native Americans had some influence, just like in Jamaica. Jamaicans was influenced also by Europeans, East Indians, and even some of the indigenous. But most of the culture is rooted from Africa.
Good point.
Yeah. Hey, look, I'm back. Yeah, Clark. Yeah, that's a good point. Like I said, I don't think Jamaicans ain't gonna be running around celebrating the Indians and goddamn Chinese. Got Chinese curry goat for other places. The language, some of that Irish influence. Like you ain't running around celebrating that. You know what I'm saying? And then plus, you know what I mean, from an African American perspective, we do celebrate Africanism, especially these people that have Junkanu and different things like that. Like we was just talking earlier about like how my cousin and them, they still do the whole sage to the house, ward off evil spirit. Like they still do that. That tradition is still rich in different places like Charleston, shit like that. So in other areas, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, all that stuff is still there. So yeah, that's some of that stuff is crazy, you know what I'm saying? And just lack of people don't know, it's lack of knowledge, it's ignorant.
Oh man, it's ignorance, man. Let me say this, man. Chalimbe, you still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, man. Close us out. Let's close the statement on that last clip.
Okay.
Wild American Dream.
So the Japanese internment camp issue we discussed earlier, and there was violence in those camps, and I don't know why he said it's not, because it's well documented, especially sexual assault. So to say that is just ridiculous. He doesn't understand what actually happened in those camps. Also, part of the reparations that they got for the camp is because it distorted their culture, because of the harm it did to the culture. So it doesn't make sense what he's saying, because then why would they get reparations if their culture sustained them? That's the point. It didn't, which is why they were harmed, in part. And then they use a 3-year segment, something that happened for 3 years, though terrible and harmful, it happened for 3 years to 150 to 200 years. It's just irrational to me. So it wasn't a generation born in slavery. It was generations born into slavery. It wasn't one. In those 3 years, I'm sure there were some kids born during that time in the internment camp, but it wasn't no grandkids. And so that makes a big difference. So I think the comparison is just irrational. I think he's grasping at straws. Then I point to Sosa thing that I'm about to say it up. We got to stop with this whole Jamaican thing, as if the Indians didn't bring ganja. Like that's from them. And I don't see no Indian Jamaican day running around where Jamaicans is running around loving that. I don't see that.
Even that curry chicken, that curry don't come from Jamaica, it comes from India. Bro.
Right, the curry, the roti that they eat. So they got to stop it.
Picking them apart.
Most Caribbean cultures are an amalgamation of multiple African and other people, ethnic groups across the globe. You'll never find one that's just purely African without European and some other influences from indigenous and other parts of the globe. You're just not going to find that. So stop making stuff up. And this is my
Hey,
last point. This is my last point. I think it's very important to recognize is that a clean distinction is when you start looking at what is considered exported from America. When you start listening to that. So American Dream brought up about us wearing Versace and stuff, right? And I'm like, okay, yeah. That was a common foolish statement that tethers make at times. But think about this. The Italians marketed alligator shoes, but they got it from America. So now if I go wear alligator shoes, you're going to say I'm imitating Italians, but they got it from here in the first place.
Yeah, the animal is actually an American animal.
Right.
Everglades.
So we got to stop it. That's how it's always going to be culture exchange across people. That doesn't mean you're devoid of the original culture.
Yeah,
I brought this out up earlier with me and Sosa talking about it. So y'all just got to stop it. I put in a video of I'm gonna drop a video. Well, you drop it. This first thing. It's a video of a Japanese Christian choir singing Walter Hawkins song. See that's here. That's us being exported. You look at Beyonce on Wikipedia. She's considered an American singer, right? But we know she sings what? R&B. It's actually an African American structure, but she's considered an American singer. So this is what happens. Our culture is ingrained in American society so much that you sometimes don't see the clear distinctions. We see it, but the rest of the world may not.
And no, Chilimbe, don't leave out the fact that all these other ethnic groups of people are also doing stomping, right? So they're practicing their quote unquote sororities and fraternities the way that we practice it now. White folks and everybody else.
Our sorority. They're joining our fraternities and our sororities. Crew dogs, deltas. They're joining our fraternities and sororities.
Come on.
No, but they also have theirs and also practice. I actually see some people in Japan doing the same thing, stomping and literally having the same type of shows that we have.
Then you get your last word in. Come on, man. We can't run this forever. We cannot. All right. Listen, did you want to say something, Fontaine? I know you came off mic real quick. You had something?
No. I just that Jamaican curry goat thing. I literally never knew that came from India, but it makes sense now.
Yeah, that's India curry. That's curry. That's India. That's India. Golden State. One last point. Go. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I couldn't come off the mic. Oh man, no, just thanks for letting me come on.
Of course.
And yeah, man, just make sure, don't you know what I'm saying? When you're gonna speak about other people's culture, make sure that you're being right. But I mean, it's some, I don't know, American Dream. I think he likes to rage bait. That's it. That's his
thing. Yeah. Is it race bait?
No, rage baiting. That's what you do.
I know. Hey. Funny, yo. Come on, yo.
My bad.
So listen. Let me finish with this statement here. A lot of times, these people that talk that talk and got a mic in front of their face, they underestimate what slavery actually was. I always talk about slavery as being the great eraser of culture, and an attempt to bring you into the greater, larger culture. Not greater and because it's better, but it's larger culture where you brung from. This has happened through the annals of history where cultures have been enslaved. But what's new about this new chattel slavery where you was considered products and goods and non-human, that's a new added part to it, where you was a slave for generations and then your kids were slaves and then you was bred to be slave. All that is a total eraser of culture. I think we've been looking at it from the wrong way. The spectacular thing about African Americans is in the face and the attempt to erase your culture and your language, which was connected to culture, right? In that attempt to erase all that, we came up with an even better culture called African American culture, man. Man, I appreciate y'all listening. Man, appreciate all the superstars that came on the show today, man. You know, we straight appreciate that, man, because it's downright important, our conversations that we always have, man. Big up to all the pseudo killers, man, that joined the panel, man. Big up to everybody in the daggone chat, man. We appreciate these high-level conversations, man. Even the detractors, even the pseudos. We appreciate diverse opinions, because in the middle of a diverse opinions is where you learn. Hey, man, look, I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. I grew up listening to rock and roll, man. African American style, Guns N' Roses. I grew up listening to hip hop, R&B, the oldies but goodies, jazz, Frank Sinatra, James Brown. That was all in my household. African American style. Look, man, I'm your host, Bobby Banger, man. And with that, we are out. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. Hit that damn Cash App, man. Appreciate everybody that came through. Man, y'all know what it is, man. And with that, we are out.